sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a new series coming out right now, and we're going to try to see if we can change the meta and help the community out. We're going to do a series called How to Become a Better Destroyer Player for the community. So before we begin, like, subscribe, bell button below. Thank you guys for all the support, the channel, and I can't thank you guys enough. 2,000 subscribers going to give away a free premium DD giveaway. But let's get right to it. The video is how to become a better destroyer player, because right now I've noticed that the meta is that there's not as many destroyer players out there, and we definitely need more destroyer players, especially DD mains, to help out the community and help out the meta. And I think the biggest reason that most people don't want to play destroyers is the fear. Most people lack knowledge about something, and therefore they fear it, and therefore they don't play it. I think a lot of people try to lean towards the battleships, and they're really cool, and the carriers or the cruisers, but a lot of people don't play destroyers because they just are fearful of it. They feel like there's a lot of pressure on you. And again, I agree, because why? The destroyer does almost everything that you need in this game. It's a multi-role fighter. It's why I pick it so much, because you get to do a lot of impact in the game. And a lot of it, think about it, think of what the destroyer does. It goes out there right now. What am I doing? I'm going into a position to spot. I'm going out there to potentially seize objectives. I have to smoke up for not only an area, maybe for me, for an enemy team to farm. I'm also launching torpedoes if I have any to mitigate a threat on one side. I'm also holding off flanks. I'm faster. I'm more maneuverable. I can also go in and destroy other destroyer players, maybe hunt submarines down, spot CVs, spot the whole team. I'm doing a plethora of so many things that it is very difficult for so many people, like brand new players. And I encourage it. Hey, those of you brand new, welcome. Hey, listen to this video so it can help you. Maybe even search some other videos on YouTube to help you become a better destroyer player. And that's exactly what I did. So let's get right to it. So first off, what is the first thing you do right off the mat in any given game in the World of Warships is what? Positioning. I've always said you cannot correct poor positioning. If you start off in the wrong position, you're screwed. You're kind of stuck there. It's kind of like real estate. You can't correct a bad neighborhood. You just got to find the right one. So right off the bat, we're looking for positioning. Now, we spot the destroyer on the enemy team. There's one objective right there. We're spotting destroyers, spotting the other team for our other comrades, so they can begin firing or farming and doing what their role is supposed to be. So let's go right off the bat. Look, we're radar. Immediately, we're radar right off the bat. That's why you don't rush into an objective, because with the radar cruisers today in the meta, you're going to get lit up, and there's no way you can escape it. Even smoke doesn't stop it, obviously, right? So there's something that you can learn from there. There are torpedoes. We're spotting torpedoes for our team. That's another role. Now we're going to go ahead and nose and become a slim profile to mitigate damage coming from Marceau. Marceau definitely outguns us, so we're going to maximize our efficiency by going slim so that we don't take as much damage. We're also spotting and providing guidance to where our team should be shooting. We're aiming right in the front of Marceau. He has to go broadside to another target, and then he gets hit by the Shikishima. So right there, we cause their destroyer to not only make a poor move for positioning, but also die right off the bat. I've always said, those that lose the destroyers right off the bat tend to lose the battle. So you keep your destroyers alive, you're typically going to win the game. Now look, we smoked up right away as a defensive role to go undetected. I know there's no more radar in the area. The Stalingrad just used it. We're spotting for our other team, and we're also becoming a threat. So when we use island cover to figure out, hey, where's this other Stalin? Okay, there's a Stalin right now. We know where he's at. We're not going to rush him. We don't have torpedoes. All we have are 2 forward-facing guns. Now, I picked the Druid because it's got no torpedoes. It's just got the 2 front guns, and this is a good example of how to utilize this kind of style of gunplay, because you can't always rely on torpedoes. So let's just focus on one thing, something consistent, like guns. So right off the bat, I'm aiming right in front of the bulkhead, right under the turrets. You see I'm getting a lot of citadels. Aim at the water line. You're going to hit a lot of good citadels with the Druid, especially this type of guns. Other bigger guns can do the same thing against these cruisers, and a lot of our team is going to shoot this Stalingrad and help us out. Boom, there he goes. He goes down from the Zal. So look at that. We were providing gunfire support. We're spotting for our team. We're becoming a major threat. The Stalingrad obviously was thinking about us, but then again, we're too fast. We're too slim profile. He had the wrong caliber loaded probably, and it threw off his game. And that's exactly the power of what a destroyer player can do, especially with just 2 forward-facing guns like the Druid. So right now, let's go ahead and position again. Notice that nobody's spotted right now. Therefore, we have to go forward and spot for the rest of our team. The Shikishima in the background can't shoot. The Zao can't shoot. Our Sherman's behind us. So again, we're the ones leading from the front. Again, a good destroyer player is a leader for their team. So again, that's something that you really, if you can take that role, I encourage you guys, you are going to be the leader. That's why I think a lot of people are fearful of destroyer players, because, I mean, in order to be a destroyer, you're going to have to be a good leader, lead from the front, help out your team in a lot of ways, and you're a quick reaction Division 4. So here's the other destroyer. So we're spotting him right off the bat. We're going to see if we can get the Z-52 on target. We're going to start putting some shells on him. We're going to start taking as much damage we can off the Z-52 because we know he doesn't have any heals. So let's help take off some damage, get him down to low health so the rest of our team can start shooting. Sherman's also doing his role as well. He's shooting at him, a destroyer player. More 2 destroyers versus 1. Very, very good, advantageous role right there. See if Z-52 is almost dead. Let's get a couple more shells on target. See if we can knock him out of the game. And we helped out right there. And boom, right there, Shikishima gets him down. 2 destroyer down to our 1 cruiser. So that is a good trade right there. Their team's also lost a cruiser. So let's continuously spot and reassess the battlefield. So right now, I know all we have left is a Schlieffen on our sector. So we're going to go ahead and put gunfire on the Schlieffen and take as much damage as we can off of him. So right now, I'm aiming just slightly in front of the bulkhead, right in front of the nose. The nose is typically the sweet spot for a lot of battleships and cruisers. It's the weakest part of the ship that you can shoot at as a destroyer player. It gets a lot of good damage. Notice we're getting 1,400 right there, 700. If you do that every second, you're going to wither this guy down really, really quickly to the point where he has to make a decision. So right there, the Schlieffen is starting to move forward. And so we got to get out. We're detect. See, his guns are coming towards us. So we don't want to become a threat right off the bat, or sorry, take damage right off the bat. We need to conserve as much health as we can. We're down to 16,000 health. We still have a heal left, so you got to reassess. Hey, what do I have? What can I maneuver and work with? Nobody, again, spotting for the Schlieffen. So if we want to get our battleships and cruisers to shoot at this guy, we're going to have to go ahead and spot for our team. So I'm going to have to come out of cover. I've got a smoke ready to go in case I need it. I don't use smoke for farming now in today's radar meta, right? We're not going to use that. We're going to use it as a defensive measure. So we're going to shoot at the Schlieffen, get him firing at us. He's starting to turn his guns towards us. We're taking off a little bit of damage, a little bit of chip damage. I pop smoke because we cannot absorb that much firepower. So I've noticed there's no radar left in the game, so I can actually do this now. I can smoke up. There's no torpedo threat. I've looked around. I'm going to smoke up, put a screen in front of me and the Schlieffen, and I'm going to start firing and farming from cover. So you have to know what is the situation that's warranted. When can I shoot from cover? Is it safe to do what I'm doing right here? Keep reanalyzing that, and it's it's not that hard. It's just kind of thinking about it for a little bit. Don't rush into your death, and just kind of farm and use your smokes and use your positioning sparingly. We're going to see if we can take out the Schlieffen, and there we go. Sherman takes out, again, a destroyer taking out a battleship. Very, very good trade right there. Now we're going to go ahead and move in toward the objectives. This is the other role we're playing. We're going to go ahead and seize the objectives, so whether it be domination or, in this case, arms race. We start picking up a lot of those extra bonuses and buffs that help the rest of your team out. You notice our Shikishima and the other cruiser that died, they can't do anything because they're too far away, so therefore, what does the destroyer player have to do? Go ahead and spot. Go ahead and seize objectives. Go ahead and maneuver. Start becoming a threat to a side of the enemy's team. So right now we're spotting the Salem right there. Salem is effectively we're outside of his radar range, so we're not afraid of that. We got long-range guns right here, enough. 12 kilometers is, it's not long range, but I built the Druid to a long range. That's another role or a DD build that I can show you in another video. But this video is just basic gunboat play, gun power. So look, we're within 12 now. We're within range. Obviously his guns are looking at someone else. So I think it's kind of safe right now. We begin opening fire, especially if you get a broadside Salem like this. Nothing juicier than seeing a broadside cruiser right there. We're going to go ahead and open fire. He's pretty much almost withered away, so I've elected to, hey, I can sacrifice my position if I can take as much of this health as we can on the Salem. Boom, he goes down. Splash 1 RB back to 40. And now we're going to get the last destroyer. This is our other role. Find the other destroyer players. Find and kill them all, and then you win the game. Go ahead. See, we're going to go ahead and nose in. Again, I do this because I have 2 front forward-facing guns, and that way I don't have to expose too much of my front. See, I'm mitigating as much damage while the daring is taking all the damage. So right there, you can see how maneuvering and positioning helps out against another destroyer player. There's the victory right there. And again, this is just one video of many we're going to do to help other people, to encourage them become a destroyer player and help everybody get better as well. Hope you guys like the video. We're going to do more about this. The build is at the end of the video. Pause it if you'd like to see how I built this Druid. I have a short range and a long range gunboat build, and we'll go into more torpedo builds down the road. But anyways, thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you guys like what we're doing here, like, subscribe button low, and thank you guys. I can't thank you guys for all the support that we have for the channel on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and can't thank you guys enough. Hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.